Nvidia's real moat was never the chip, it's CUDA. An open source project called ZLUDA runs CUDA programs unmodified on AMD cards. No recompile, no porting, you drop ZLUDA's files next to the app and it runs. Version 6 landed on June 29th, speaking CUDA 13.1, the newest toolkit Nvidia ships. The big one, llama.cpp, fully works at nearly the same speed as AMD's own native backend. Blender runs now. Old game PhysX runs, sort of. PyTorch is on the way. It's also one developer's weekend project again. The funding ran out in March. Both things are true. If you've priced a GPU for local AI, you know the tax. Same memory, very different invoice. This is the first real crack in that wall. What ZLUDA runs, where it breaks, who should care? The moat, the translator, the proof, the takedown, and the catches. Starting with the wall, CUDA shipped in 2007. It won for a boring reason. It was first, it was free, and universities taught it. A generation of researchers learned GPU programming on Nvidia's terms, and their code became the world's AI stack. Nvidia's own filings count 7.5 million CUDA developers, every one writing code that runs only on Nvidia silicon. The payoff is about 86% of the data center AI GPU market. Not because every Nvidia chip wins on specs, because the software above it has a home field advantage. I'd call that the strongest moat in tech. People do port. PyTorch ships a ROCm build that works, after you fight the drivers, the versions, and the gaps in AMD's libraries. Most teams look at that bill and buy the Nvidia card instead. That's the tax. Rewrite half your kernels, or pay Nvidia prices and stay. Those were the two options. ZLUDA is the third. So what is ZLUDA, physically? On Windows, a small set of DLL files you copy next to the app. On Linux, a library the loader picks up. The app still believes it's calling CUDA. Inside every CUDA binary sits PTX, Nvidia's portable instruction set. ZLUDA's compiler reads that PTX and recompiles it for the Radeon in your machine on the fly. That compiler is the heavy engineering written mostly in Rust. ZLUDA now ships its own patched LLVM because AMD's stock compiler had bugs that crashed on real PyTorch code, and ZLUDA needs optimization passes AMD doesn't ship. CUDA isn't one library, it's a family. rocBLAS, CUDA-dependent, CUFF. ZLUDA maps each one to AMD's equivalent, rocBLAS, MIOpen, HipFFT. The app never notices the substitution. There's even a precompile tool that scans a folder and translates every kernel inside in parallel, and a cache, so the translation tax is paid once, not on every launch. On Windows, the workhorse is a loader called ZLUDA.exe, and making real apps accept foreign CUDA DLLs took one pull request that rewrote 19,000 lines. The feedback loop is clever. ZLUDA can record a trace of your app hitting an unimplemented instruction. You mail it in, and that missing piece gets prioritized. Most of the recent PyTorch progress arrived exactly that way. Now the proof. Since January, llama.cpp is fully supported, at nearly the same speed as its own native ROCm backend. That works because the heavy matrix math runs in AMD's libraries either way. ZLUDA's layer adds little on top. That sentence matters more than it looks. The most popular way people run local models, the thing you'd actually buy the card for, now works through CUDA, on hardware that was never allowed to run it. Blender joined the list this quarter. ZLUDA grew basic texture support, enough for Blender's CUDA renderer to run on a Radeon. And the strange one, 32-bit PhysX. Old games like Mafia 2 can run Nvidia's physics effects on an AMD card, pre-alpha, glitchy fluids, real debris. There's a whole list of PhysX games on PC Gaming Wiki, and a chunk of it is suddenly in play. Trying it for llama.cpp is documented. Build llama.cpp with its CUDA backend, point it at ZLUDA, and your Radeon gets treated like a supported card. It keeps pace with Nvidia too. CUDA 13.1 support landed in the January builds, months after the toolkit itself. The target moves, and ZLUDA moves with it. PyTorch is the work in progress. Version 6 carries a pile of PyTorch fixes, even host functions for vLLM, but the team says it straight, robust PyTorch support isn't here yet. ZLUDA has died twice. It started in 2020 as one person's project to run CUDA on Intel graphics, and it worked, sort of, before it stalled. Then AMD itself funded the developer and aimed it at Radeon. That version ran real apps, Blender, renderers, photogrammetry. Then AMD walked away, and in August 2024, the AMD-funded code was taken down. Most projects end there. This one came back 2 months later, rolled back to the pre-AMD code, rebuilt clean, and aimed at a new target: machine learning. Version 4 landed on New Year's Eve, 2024. Version 5 last October. With an offline compiler, kernels translated ahead of time, not at launch. Version 6 this June, fluent in CUDA 13.1. Then in March, the money left again. ZLUDA is back to being Andrei Nyanik's weekend project, the same person who started it in 2020. The repo never stopped moving. It just moved at hobby pace in whatever direction he finds fun. What doesn't work? Start with Katago, the Go playing engine. It runs thousands of times slower than on Nvidia. One convolution has a fast path in UDNA and a naive one in AMD's MIOpen, and ZLUDA can't rewrite AMD's math for them. PyTorch, as you heard, is partial. vLLM is the target, and pieces land every release, but today you're compiling, collecting traces, and filing bug reports. That's enthusiast work, not production. Ray tracing is gone. The old optics code was deleted and won't return. Pre-2020 Radeon cards are out. And the PhysX support only covers the older 32-bit kind. Modern GameWorks titles are a different story. Windows works, but AMD makes it hurt. The official Windows math libraries lag a version behind, and mixing them with the newer runtime used to crash in ways that told you nothing. ZLUDA now works around that for you. And near native describes llama.cpp, not every app. The more exotic your CUDA usage, the more likely you hit an unimplemented instruction, and then you're in the issue tracker. Support is a Discord server, not a ticket queue. If your app breaks, you might get a fix in a week, or you might become the person who fixes it. That's the deal with weekend projects. Above all of it hangs the legal question. AMD's lawyers already made ZLUDA disappear once, for 2 months. Nothing stops Nvidia from testing the same lever. ZLUDA isn't the only door out. A company called Spectral Compute sells Scale. It recompiles your CUDA source code natively for AMD. Cleaner on paper, but you need the source. ZLUDA runs the binary you already have. Who should care today? If you run local models and you're shopping for a GPU, a Radeon plus ZLUDA just became a real option. If you need PyTorch in production, keep waiting and watch the repo. One more door could open. AMD is merging its gaming and data center GPU lines into one architecture, UDNA. A single target makes ZLUDA's job simpler, and could put the big server cards back on the table. Zoom out and the point is bigger than one repo. The CUDA moat held for 19 years because running it anywhere else was unthinkable. It isn't anymore. One developer on weekends got llama.cpp there. Watch 2 things this year: whether PyTorch crosses from runs with effort to just works, and whether anyone funds the project again. Either one changes the math for GPU buyers. Numbers to keep: CUDA 2007. 7.5 million developers, 1 takedown, 3 lives, and a version 6 that speaks the newest CUDA on cards that were never meant to hear it. Short version, local AI on AMD, just became a sane choice. The repo is linked below. Subscribe for the next brief. And go price that 24 gig card. You already know which one.